So I grew up in Colorado. I lived a pretty stereotypical high school lifestyle where I tried to find parties on the weekend and really didn't have any purpose in my life. I committed to go play soccer at UNLV and just had a rough experience. And so after that year, I transferred to Colorado State University and I was like, okay, I'm gonna join a fraternity. That's how you become all that and then some. And I think that's really where I kind of dove into trying to smoke weed, trying to drink, trying to hook up with girls while still doing well in school. Flash forward to start of senior year, and now I'm the vice president of my fraternity. I have more recognition on campus. The fraternity looks up to me because of the party lifestyle and drugs and drinking that I'm doing. On their terms, I was living the life, yet I was so drained. My friend Luke had just gotten back from this thing called Kaleo. He was super intentional coming back. He really wanted to develop a relationship with me, trying to sell me on SMC. He said there's gonna be like 3,000 college students. And I was thinking to myself, there's gonna be 1,500 good looking girls there. I'm in. So I think my intentions for going to SMC changed before getting there. And I started to get excited about just growing and learning more. Yeah, I remember them talking about Kaleo. Felt like I was supposed to go to Kaleo. Throughout that summer though, I really felt like I came to God with all my heart. It reminds me of that verse, Jeremiah 29:13, where it says, you'll seek me and you'll find me when you seek me with all your heart. The final point of me coming to Christ was I was at a church service and the whole time was just crying and was like, God, I don't understand like why I don't feel this connection with you. And I think it was because I was trying to hold on to my old life. That day, I decided, God, I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but I'm just gonna live solely for you and we'll see what happens. I definitely was met with some harsh criticism. I went from throwing all the parties and everyone coming over to my house to smoke my weed to this guy who was sober and this guy who had a totally different lifestyle and this person who was asking deep intentional questions and truly cared for people. And so now that I'm out of college and living in the real world and have a real job, I think investing in my faith in college, even for that summer and that semester, really set me up for the future. Coming out of college, like and entering the real world, a lot of people, the only thing they'll do on the weekends is drink. When you ask those people if they have meaningful relationships, a lot of times they'll say they don't. I think what Stumo showed me is that I can have intentional relationships with people that love and care about me for who I actually am. Just my experience in San Diego is my community and my walk with God is literally the most meaningful thing in my life. I think what I'd tell someone who is considering faith and was in college that there's so much more to life than getting good grades, going to parties, and living for their boyfriend or girlfriend. I look back on my college experience and wish I had more time investing in my faith. I definitely have had some trials in my life after graduating, but I've walked through those with God in a way that I wouldn't have if I wouldn't have chosen to invest in my faith in college.